Hello and welcome to Players Corner, Episode 2, brought to you by the SCSU Huskies app, now on the Google and Apple and Android app stores. Guys, check it out. Happy Labor Day weekend to my fellow panel today, Kevin Fitzgerald and Will Hammer. Guys, we'll get things started right away. Did you do anything over the long weekend or any other kind of big events happen this week for you guys?
Well, my life completely changed this weekend, and I got a very important phone call from National Karate, located in St. Cloud, Minnesota. And it turns out Tyler Anderson, David Horenik, and I are the winners of a free month of karate lessons at National Karate. So we took advantage, and we went last night to karate, and I am this close to being a white belt. So it's crazy.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. I actually started my first professional job this week. I was am a marketing intern over at CentraCare. So I couldn't quite make it to the karate practice, but I got a call right about 5:30 when I got home from work, and Kevin said that I had to come pick up David because he was puking in the bathroom. He always makes this nutritional smoothie that he thinks is like so healthy for him. But last time he like threw it up and he thought that just like something was weird in the smoothie. So he tried it again. Ends up his body does not agree with some ingredient there. So we had
Yeah.
to bring David home early.
Yeah, he's over 2. Hopefully he gets it on the third try. I don't know. But yeah, it was just unfortunate timing for David. We got there and the lady was so nice, kind of giving us the lowdown. David just interrupts her like, "Can I have bathroom?" And she was like, "Go ahead, sure." And 10 minutes later, he was in Will's car getting driven home. But the karate was awesome. I learned a lot. Our sensei is awesome, very knowledgeable on the art of karate. And me and Andy are on our way to black belts.
No, that just makes me think of the Office episode. Dwight was such an adamant karate student. Which, Kevin, since you were there, if you had to pick one of them, who was probably the most Dwight-esque in that group?
I don't know. Me and Andy both humble students of the art of karate. So I think it'd be a tie. Like I don't know, like Andy had fun, but I think I'm gonna take this to a new level, and I think karate's gonna be like my after hockey thing. Like I love karate. I'm one class in and I love karate.
Kevin's demonstrated what he learned at his first karate lesson like 4 different times now. And it's actually kind of funny because he actually looks good at it. So we're interested to see where this takes Kevin. This could be a whole new career path.
Oh, I mean,
Never
best
know.
of luck. Best of luck on your endeavors, Kev. But can we get an update on your pickleball power rankings?
Of course we can, Nick. Thank you for asking. So what I did is I surveyed all 6 players: Will, me, Tyler, David, Moose, and Jared. And I took everyone. I said make a 1 through 6 power ranking of who you think is the best and the worst, and then I just averaged those scores out. And I'll start the 6th place first. And Seamus was just a flat 6. Everybody had him in dead last, which is really sad to see. Andy had him at 7 actually, with a dead squirrel with a racket coming in at 6. So and then from there we had Tyler at 4.5. So a little better than I thought.
Yeah.
But
Improvement though.
yeah, 4.5. Jared at 4.16. So a little heated battle there. David 3.5. I was ranked as a flat 2, and then I hate to say it, but Will was just a flat 1. Everybody had him at 1, including myself.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold this week, so it's been tough to get out a ton, which has been kind of depressing, but hopefully we can find some nice days and get back out there, see if those power rankings can't move a little bit. Pretty much anyone from that 3 to 5, we might leave Seamus at 6 for a while until he works on his game. But anyone from that 3 to 5 range could move over a little bit.
Yeah, and I'd like to publicly apologize for the Tyler Anderson slander that I put on last week. He wasn't very happy with me, and the more and more I thought about the game, the more I put him at a 5.
And also, not to mention, we're big believers in good and bad karma. So it's just a lot of bad karma that we were making fun of Tyler throughout the week for his bad ankle. Lo and behold, Kevin hurts his groin next week. So
I think it was the next day.
yeah.
Yeah.
So life comes back to humble you. So we've learned a lesson, and we're gonna watch our tone here.
Yeah, I've been hammering the foam roller and the paintball, so the groin's feeling good. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to mess with injury gods ever again.
There you go. And last week we talked about, some athletes to watch, and you both brought up players from your team in your scrimmage. Did those pan out the way you thought, or did they kind of go in a different direction?
Yeah, I thought Kyler played some good hockey for sure throughout the last week. But recently, actually, we just had an inter-squad scrimmage, and I thought Kevin came up big this week. He had a couple nice goals, and I hate to give my roommate any credit, but it's worth mentioning that he was probably tossed up there for MVP of our team. So congrats to Kevin for this week.
Words of Matthew McConaughey. That's high praise. Thank you, William. Yeah, I think Tyler. We haven't played pickleball, so I haven't really got to see anything. But I'm gonna say my MVP of our Wednesday's small game competition is Moose Seamus Donahue. Great addition to the team. He's a grad transfer from Michigan Tech. Super mobile D, very smart. Love the way he plays. Had a pleasure playing with him. It was awesome. So yeah, Moose is my MVP.
And for all of us here, we're all now in our senior years. We've got a first 2 or 3 weeks under our belt, but let's throw it back to freshman year. What's one of your favorite memories that you guys have from freshman year? Will, we can start with you.
It's hard for me to pick out like a specific time, but I think me and Kevin can kind of agree on this, that like freshman year coming from the NAHL or the NAHL into college hockey, specifically the NCHC, was like a night and day difference. Like I was using 3-piece sticks. For those of you who don't know, it's a blade, a shaft, and a plug on the end, which is in the NAHL. So, and we in college hockey, and we got 1-piece sticks, and we were getting meals and like they're putting us up in nice hotels. So it was just like completely different. So like going through that whole process for the first time was just like incredible. So that was probably, I know it's not one instance, but it was just like a huge change. So that whole year was kind of like an adjustment.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was and it still is. Like, it's incredible. Like they treat us so well, and I love being at St. Cloud State. That's a good thought, Will. I have to say there's a lot like our freshman year. Also, it's so long ago that it's kind of hard to remember. We're old men now, William. But
Sure.
I think one of my favorite memories is for Halloween. We had our Halloween gathering, and we dressed up in costumes. I think Nick will throw it up on the screen, but I dressed up with Jimmy Schultz and Will Borgen, and we were members of from the movie Napoleon Dynamite. And yeah, so I think I was Kip. I can't remember the movie. Jimmy was Uncle Rico, and Will does an outstanding Napoleon Dynamite. He can even do the dance. It's incredible. So yeah, I thought that was a pretty fun memory. Something I had to scroll back on my phone to find a picture of. But yeah, that was fun.
It's funny that you bring that up, Kevin, because I remember, freshman year just trying to make connections and, met guys like you or Blake Lazat or Tyler Anderson at Garvey, and just followed you on Instagram. And I remember seeing that picture and thinking that was, a spot on kind of reenactment of those characters. And I think all three of you could have played it pretty well. I think for me, like, kind of like Will said, he talked about just kind of the extra amenities that are brought to you through just whether it's being an athlete or being a student. I mean, I think it was pretty nice for myself at all freshman year. But the one thing that stood out from Garvey, probably the omelets in the mornings, and it became a core group of, it would be me, Tyler Anderson, and then maybe Kevin, but he was kind of a 50-50. I feel like they're that group, Kev.
Wow. I just remember John from Garvey with the long dreadlocks. That man could cook a great omelet. And I think I was there every day, Nick.
I don't see. I can't recollect that.
We'll have to look at the film.
But, it's tonight is the start of the NFL season. And kind of like last week, we're going to talk about who is our favorite fantasy player to watch this week you guys have a joint team, so maybe you collectively have a decision, or you could each mention one of your own.
You want to take it, cover me?
Titans, Titans. Derrick Henry, go Titans. That's my guy to watch.
Yeah, we need Derrick Henry to have a great year. He's our first-round pick, and this first week, we need him to start off on the right foot. We're looking for the championship again. We're looking for the two-peat. So we're watching Derrick Henry this year have specifically tonight, to have an unbelievable game.
I can't blame you there. I have him on one of my fantasy leagues. He was my first round selection. I think he'll have a pretty decent year. But my man to watch this week, at least, is probably could be the most slept on fantasy quarterback this season, Dak Prescott.
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. We need that too.
For the Dallas Cowboys, he's got a lot of talent around him. It's not just Dak and Zeke anymore. Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, rookie wide receiver CeeDee Lamb from Oklahoma. He's got some talent, and then now it's kind of up to Dak just himself to see if he's really worth the money that he wants. But I think he could be a great fantasy quarterback, and he'll be put to the test against the newly extended Rams cornerback, Jalen Ramsey. We'll talk about that game in just a little. I think Dak could have a good year, and I think he'll start the season off strong against them. And just like we did last week, we're kind of going to make this a regular thing. The three of us, and then eventually the extra guest, and who knows, they might be able to take home a prize for best guest picking. 5 NFL games every week. We're going to get the prediction. Who's going to win? We don't need score. Again, I don't know why I'm bringing it back to the office, but keep it simple, stupid. Who's going to win the games? We're going to start with Tennessee and Denver. Will, who you got?
I have to go with Tennessee since my player to watch is Derrick Henry. I like to see him pick up where he left off last year and see the Titans come out with a win.
Kev?
Titans. I'll say it again. Titans. I know you don't want the score, but 100-0. That's what I'm calling.
All on the shoulders of Derrick Henry?
60 touchdowns. I know that doesn't add up.
I can get on board with that, and I think it's going to be a clean sweep. I'm going to have to take Tennessee as well. Obviously, that Von Miller injury really hurts that Denver front line on defense. And I was in class about 45 minutes ago. I got a notification that Cortland Sutton, their second-year wide receiver, just went down with a shoulder injury. So I like the Titans in this one. Going to our next game, TB, Tom Brady, Tampa Bay versus the New Orleans Saints. Kev, who you got?
I mean, a lot of hype around Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, but I got to go with the Saints.
Interesting choice. Will?
I'm right with you, Kev. I think New Orleans is a kind of proven squad, and Tampa Bay is kind of the new kid on the block. But just because you said New Orleans, I'm going to go Tampa Bay.
Wow. That was a slap in the face. I don't buy it yet. Tom Brady, I think he's getting up there. Gronk definitely getting up there. Hasn't played in a year also. But I mean, I just like the Saints. I mean, come on, let's not kid ourselves here. They were 13-3 last year, pretty good squad, and I think they're gonna have a good year again this year.
I think I have to take Tampa Bay and Will's choice on this one. It's just really hard to go against Tom Brady and everything that he can do, and I don't think his skill level is determined by his age. I mean, you might even be able to say he gets better with age. So I'm going to pick TB and Tampa Bay. Next game, we talked about it a little bit ago, Dallas Cowboys against the Los Angeles Rams. I think I'm going to have to take Dallas. Obviously, I'm rooting for Dak by myself, but I think Dallas can get it done against the Rams. Kev, how about you?
This is an interesting game. What teams are we going to see? I mean, Dallas last year, they're 8-8, but I think they only showed up against teams that were worse than them. So, I mean, the Rams kind of didn't have as good of a season as they would have liked after the season before. But show me something, Cowboys. I want the Cowboys to win. Come on.
Will, what about you?
I want the Cowboys to win. I think big time game Thursday night, right? That's tonight's game, or is it Sunday's game?
That is that's actually
Or is it
that's a
Monday?
Sunday game. I think that's a
Anyway,
Sunday game.
I got them coming out hot this year. They need to make their imprint on the season. So I got Cowboys coming out with a win.
And now we've got 2 games left, and this is what we're primarily going to focus on, just because of proximity to us and maybe some people's hometowns. We're going to focus on the NFC North, and we're going to start with the game, Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears. Will, you have the floor.
Kev's going to hate me saying this, but I'm going to go to Detroit Lions. I'm looking for Matthew Stafford to throw the ball a lot. I'm looking, Chicago doesn't know who their quarterback is. They got 2 of them, which means they got none of them. And so I got Detroit. I got Detroit coming away with this one. Sorry, Kev.
I don't care if Barry Sanders in his prime shows up on the field on Sunday at noon. The Bears are taking this home, and I'll tell you why. They're just the better team. The Lions are not good. The Bears are good. What is up with all this Bears slander? They're the underdogs in Sunday's game. Like, so many people have them picked to finish dead last in the NFC North. No way. First in the NFC North, first on Sunday. You heard it here first.
Oh, yeah. Bold statement, Kev.
I mean, I think it all kind of relies on who's the one throwing the ball, and if it's Trubisky, I think he's probably the 4th best quarterback in the NFC North.
He's ripped up the Lions.
But as much as it pains me to say it, I have to take Kevin's hometown team on this one. I just think that their defense is a little bit better than Detroit's, and don't get me wrong, Matt Stafford's a great quarterback and all, but I have to go with Bears on this one. And now finally, the most anticipated game that we are going to talk about, Packers, Vikings, 2 hometown teams or a hometown team for 2 of us. Kev, I guess we'll let you go first on this one.
I honestly don't care. I hate both teams. I'm just kidding. I think I don't know. I just think the Vikings. I hate the Packers more than the Vikings. That's not why I'm making the pick. I actually think the Vikings will win. I don't think Aaron Rodgers can do it all. So I think he's a good quarterback, but I don't think he's a good receiver and running back. So I'm going to take the Vikings.
Well, I think I know where you're going with this one, but let the fans
Nick,
hear it.
You're going to have to think again here because I am doubling back. This might not be a popular opinion, but Danielle Hunter out for the game. Aaron Rodgers had a great night's sleep. He will have a great night's sleep. We got a new corner out there, a new offensive coordinator. Aaron Rodgers notoriously likes to rip up the Vikings. I'm going Green Bay, but I don't want this to be repeated. I'm still a homer, but I'm going Green Bay for this week.
Thanks, Will.
I was going to say I think Kev got that one on tape, so you might not hear the end of that one, Will. But I mean, either way, I guess it's a win-win for you. You'll take the win on the show, or you won't be upset if the Vikings win.
Yeah, win-win-win.
Iron on our hands.
I think I have to go with the Vikings. We'll see what Ngakoue can do for the Vikings. He was their biggest offseason addition in that late trade from Jacksonville. Hopefully he can fill that role of Danielle Hunter. I don't think it'll be kind of a seamless transition, but I still think the Vikings will figure out how to get it done. I like them at home, and I think the biggest thing, it'll be interesting to see how an empty stadium will play out in an NFL scenario like this. But guys, we're out of time. That wraps it up for your second Players Corner episode. We had a blast this week, and can't wait to hear from you guys next week.
See you next week.
Thanks, Nick.
Guys.